So it is 7th of December, time is 12:24 or 25 a.m. and Lord knows why I'm here, but I am here at the base of Mount Tibro, and not surprisingly I'm the only car in the car park. That's because everybody else is at home, in bed, sleeping, or possibly out partying still. But I've decided to do what I never do, which is a solo peak. And normally I much prefer the company of others on the peaks, but as nobody wanted to join me on this crazy adventure, I'm going solo. So it's just me and the wildlife and the rocks and the stars. That's the only rock stars I need tonight. And it's a beautiful night. There's no moon, but there's definitely stars. And the goal for me tonight is to climb Tibro 9 times in a row. And I'm starting just after midnight because I believe it's going to be somewhere close to 30 degrees during the day, early morning or mid-morning. And 30 degrees means that as soon as the sun hits that rock, it's going to get up to probably high 30s, because that rock will be really hot. So getting an early start. And to save me the walk back to the car each time to hydrate and whatever, I've got, oops, I might just turn the camera angle around. Got my esky with all my goodies, because it's going to be such a hot one. I've got plenty of drinks in there. That is all just drinks and fruit hydration, because I think I'm going to need it. So I'm going to drag that all the way in, and I've got some other stuff in there, some other snacks and bits, and a towel, because I believe I'm going to need a towel today. So yeah, so I'm going to head off and get myself up the first peak and see how I go. 12 minutes in and I'm already hot and sweaty. I have just gotten to the bench. You see that behind me? Can you see that? There we go, kind of. It's the bench at the bottom, where you get to the first steps. So it gets a little bit more uphill from here, and it's so humid, it's so hot, and it's so still. So I'm glad I brought a towel. My arms are aching already. I'm not used to carrying a full esky of drinks. I don't know how many kgs that is, but I figure it's better to have too much than not enough on a day like today, when at look at the sweat on my chin and my neck, and yeah, it's just past midnight, so it's going to be a fucking hot one. Anyway, onwards and upwards. I met a couple of interesting creatures already. A couple of spiders whose webs I decided to walk straight into, and plenty of frogs, great big long centipede, and this crazy dude. Wasn't expecting to see him out here. Didn't know there were snails on Tibro. I thought it'd be a bit dry, but he seems to be doing alright, going for a little wander. Glad I didn't step on him. Almost did. He looked like a rock. Anyway, if I'm being honest, this is just a good excuse to have another little break, but should keep going. I am already stuffed. I've just reached the start of Chicken Rock, and oh my god, I don't know if you can see that, I'm completely soaked in sweat just from the walk in. I don't know how many degrees it is right now, and maybe it's because I was carrying a really heavy esky And to be honest, I've never really liked the walk-in. A lot of people say the walk-in is harder than the climb, and I'd probably go with that, especially if you're lugging all that with you, like I just did. But I think it's so humid. There's been so much rain recently, and there's just no wind. So, whew, I'm gonna have a quick breath of air, a little rest, recharge the batteries. Already, I haven't even started the climb. Hydrate before I go, and then yeah, as soon as I'm ready, push on that way up. All right, might do a video on the way up, but if not, I'll do one from the top. Summit number 1. I'm at the rocks, which is on the highest point. I decided not to go all the way to the lookout because, you know, it's the middle of the night and there isn't even any moonlight and there ain't no view. So until it gets light, I'm just gonna stick with getting to the highest point. I think that's sufficient. See how we go with subsequent peaks, but can't summit salute because I got phone in one hand, torch in the other. But summit salute, summit nod, peak 1, done skis. And I'm so glad I didn't bring my shirt. I'm not sure if it'll dry out, but because there's nobody looking, might as well climb with my shirt off, just because it's so friggin' hot. Moist is the word of the day, of the morning. There's a tiny bit of breeze up at the top, which is very welcome, but nothing all the way up. So it's going to be a sweaty fest. Anyway, peak 1. Can I do a summit salute? Yeah, I think I can actually. Number 1, done. So I had a little bit of an idea to stop me going insane with loneliness, because I'm not used to doing this on my own. It's nice to have somebody to talk to. And I thought that, just had a brilliant idea. I think it's a brilliant idea. Keep my mind occupied. I'm going to think about a question on the way up, and then when I get to the top, I'm going to ask myself that question and then answer myself that question. And because there's 9 peaks, I'm going to ask 9 different questions, and each question will have something, maybe 1 answer, or then 2, and then 3, and then 4 different answers to whatever question I pose for myself. So the first question I'm going to ask myself before I go back down was actually asked by Belinda Batista when I posted this event. She said, one question, why on earth would you? Or words to that effect. And I think, Belinda, that's a really good question. Why on earth would I do this? I think the simple, well, just because I can. It's on a list. We have a list of multi-peak awards. See you later, little buddy. And Helen came up with the idea, I think, in the first year, in 2022, to see if you can tick off all of the awards. And back then, there weren't quite so many awards, but she was the first to tick off all of the awards. And we thought that was a pretty good idea, so it's just kind of carried on. So the reason that I'm doing 9 Tibros in one day is because I've ticked off 2 peaks in a day, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8 peaks in a day. I've also ticked off 10 peaks in a day, 11 peaks in a day, and 12 peaks in a day. And the only one that's left on my list that I haven't yet ticked off is 9 peaks in one day. And I always fancied the idea of doing 10 Tibros. So I guess that's the reason why, Belinda, why I'm doing this, is because it's the last one on the list of awards. And I just feel this ridiculous but compelling need to tick it off the list. There's a certain amount of satisfaction that's going to come with ticking that off the list and saying, yep, I did all 11 of the awards. and finish the challenge. So there it is. That's question and answer number 1 for peak number 1. And back to the bottom. First summit and return complete. And look at that, still so sweaty. Alright, a quick replan of food and a bit of coconut water. And I'm going to go up for number 2. Peak number 2. Woohoo! Question number 2. What were the first 2 years of the challenge like? And I guess how is it different from this year's challenge? I think the first year was 2022, and that was when we first started the challenge, and we thought we'd find 10 friends to hike with, and we wondered, how are we even going to do 22 peaks in a whole year? We didn't even know that was possible. We didn't even know what peaks there were or where they were. We didn't know anything. We'd only really just discovered climbing, and we launched it, and it was just after COVID, I guess, and I think everybody was a bit desperate to get out and be with people and be in nature, get out of the house, go and explore. And so I think there was a bit of good timing around it too. And in the first 2 months, I guess, 2022, 22nd of February, we had 2022, I think in the first 2 months, 2022 people joined the challenge. It just took off, and it was amazing, and we made so many friends, and we had so many events, and we hiked with lots and lots of people, and we found our tribe, and we discovered the culture of the challenge, and it just kind of created itself, and we just followed along. And I think we realized that it was going to be something special, and we were so excited to be a part of it and to watch it grow. And we made a lot of great friendships, and I think most importantly in that first year we found what I would describe as our tribe, our people that we climbed with regularly, same sort of fitness level, same level of adventure seeker, and same kind of sense of humour, and a lot of great friendships were made in that first year. First year was, I think, all about just the culture and the friendships and the fun and the excitement. Year two was more of a challenge. We set off with a big start, and Tim McAleer challenged us. He had the same idea, and that really set the stage for year 2, where it turned into quite a competitive thing, and it was fun. And I'm a competitive person, and to not win my own challenge was great because it spurred me on for this year. And I think in year 2 there was a lot more people joined again. I think we got 4,200 people at the start of this year, so a couple of thousand more joined in the second year, and we met some other great people, and some of the people that were in our tribe dropped off because they had other things going on in life, and we found some new friends. And so we discovered that you don't just have to have one tribe, you can kind of just keep going and just keep meeting more people and doing more things. And we opened up a lot more peaks, and obviously we changed the name of the challenge because we realized what was doable. We changed the name of the challenge to the 52 peaks because it was no longer 2022 and 22 peaks. So 52 peaks, 1 peak every week, and that's where that came from. And the 4 stages to make it available for anybody that wanted to try it. So yeah, that was, I guess, the difference between the first 2 years, and this year for me was just really pushing myself to see what am I actually capable of doing, and this today really is the culmination of all of that. So just to further what I was saying before, we wanted to do 52 peaks this year, but I wanted to do 52 that I haven't done before. So we did our first 52 peaks in 48 days, 12 days of climbing spread across the first 48 days. So that, I think, for us was an absolutely massive achievement to do 52 peaks in 48 days, but actually in 12 days of climbing. That was huge. Since then we slowed down a bit. I've just completed another 52 peaks, so I'm now done the challenge twice, and today I will finish 52 re-peaks. So that'll put me on 52 old peaks, 52 new peaks, 52 re-peaks. That's 156. But I'm going to be a little bit over. I think by the end of today I'll be at 158 peaks, which is huge, and also I'll have ticked off one of every award. So that's the main thing about the differences for me personally between this year and the first 2 years. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out for next year. Alright, I am rested for 6 minutes. It's taken me about, I think, just under 20 minutes to get up here from Chicken Rock. So I'm doing the whole circuit with breaks and replans at the bottom in about an hour. So all up 9 peaks, about 9 hours, but there's a good chance I'm going to slow down, and if I meet anybody I may stand around and chat for a bit. So, but starting at 12:30, should get out of here by 11 a.m, which should be good because that's when the sun's going to hit the rock and it's going to get really, really hot. So better keep moving. Peak number 2 done. See ya. Peak 2 complete. Right, that was up and down in 50 minutes. That's good. Happy with that. This only takes 5 minutes, so I've got easily doing it in an hour. If I make up 5 minutes for each of the first few peaks, that'll allow me to slow down a bit later. So still on track. Heading up for number 3. Peak number 3. It is 3:11. Making good pace. A little out of breath though. Okay, while I get my breath back and wipe the sweat off my nose and the snot on my face. Question number 3. 3 things that I am incredibly grateful for right now. Number 1, that beautiful breeze that is only coming at the top of the mountain. Thank you. Breeze is very, very welcome. It cools me off. And I love it. So that's thing number 1. Number 2, what am I thankful for? My continued health. I am very, very grateful. I do not take it for granted. It's something that we need to keep working at, especially as we get older. And in part that's, I guess, in conjunction with this challenge, because if it wasn't for the challenge I wouldn't still be healthy. I'd probably be a bit slobby. I'd probably be overweight. I lost a lot of weight trying to get fitter and healthier and more capable on these mountains so I can achieve more. So this challenge definitely helps with that. So I'm grateful, very grateful for the challenge of my continued health and well-being, mental, physical, spiritual and emotional. And the third thing that I am incredibly grateful for is you guys, actually. Every single fucking one of you that participate in this challenge, because that's linked to number 2. If it wasn't for you, there wouldn't even be a challenge. There would just be me and Annika going up mountains, feeling a little bit uninspired, and wishing that we had more friends to do this with. But the idea that we had only worked because you guys said yes. We just opened a door. You chose to step through it. So I am so incredibly grateful for all of you that participate in this challenge, whether it's silently in your own way off social media, or whether it's as a official member of the challenge at whatever level. But most importantly, I think all of the people that take on doing the full challenge, the 52 peaks, and achieving that, because you're the go-getters. You're the ones that inspire me to keep on moving, and I hope that I inspire you also. But that, that what goes around comes around. With that, we need to keep pushing each other. We need to keep inspiring each other. We need to keep celebrating each other and encouraging others to do so. So I am incredibly grateful for all of you, and especially the ones that can be bothered to watch this, because you are, without doubt, the most committed. I salute you. I salute you all on my 3rd peak. This is a tryhard. I'm a third of the way in. 2 tryhards down. No, sorry, 1 tryhard down, 2 tryhards to go. I need to try some harder. All right, break's over. Let's go. 3:38. Back to Chicken Rock. That's the tryhard number 1 complete. I think I'm going to have a quick, maybe I'll have a 10-minute break and have a bit of a feed. If you're wondering what to bring on a mad adventure like this, I've got, I always take way more than I need, but for this I've got, it's a 9-hour day, and I'm fortunate enough that I don't have to carry it all with me. If I had to carry all this with me, I wouldn't take this much at all. I'd survive on a lot less, and I'd have water in a backpack. But as I've got an easier peak, and it's just up, down, up, down, up, down, my replanner's down at the bottom, I've brought a lot more stuff in so that I won't struggle nearly as much as I would if I was doing this on an out and back trail for 9 hours, carrying whatever I can. So I've got bananas, I've got kiwi fruit, I've got some cookies for a bit of a sugar hit, I've got fruit and nut and trail mix with a little bit of chocolate and dried banana and coconut in there, which is really good for energy. I've got my trusty Chief bars that fill me up, even though they're lightweight, protein bars. They're really good if I've got hunger. That's about it, I think. Oh no, I've got a potato salad. If I get really hungry, I've got a potato salad, more carbs, just to fill a gap if I feel like I need it. But to be honest, I'll probably carry that one out. And I've got 3 litres of coconut water. I've got 3 C5 energy drinks that you can get from Woolies. They're really good if you just want something fizzy to throw down when you're really thirsty. And I've got 3 Powerade drinks with a bit of salt in them, which is good for stopping any sort of muscle cramps, because you need to keep salt in you. And I'm trying something today, which I've not tried before, which Annika gave me, which is to actually put a pinch of salt underneath your tongue. So I'm going to do that, because I think that sounds like a good idea. Get a bit of salt in. I think that's about it. So that should more than keep me going for the day. Hopefully I won't need all that, but like I said, it's always better to have a little bit more than you need, just in case. So time for a break, and then gonna head up. Decided to come out to the lookout for this one because the sun is very close to peeking over the horizon. First light, it's about 4:15 in the morning. Hoping this cloud doesn't drop any rain. That's going to be a bit shit if it does, because I've still got 5 peaks to do. Anyway, I'm going to wait here for a moment or two and enjoy the view and watch the world waking up. There's not many cars, it's very quiet. Kookaburras are up already, a couple of other birds, but right, question number 4. Question number 4 is, what is question number 4? 4 ways that this challenge has completely transformed my life, I would say. Number 1, my social life massively transformed after COVID, where everybody was stuck indoors. We started looking for some more friends that wanted to do the kind of things that we wanted to do, and now we have so many friends for life. And I say life with 2 meanings. Life like this is the real life, being in the mountains, just enjoying nature. That's life, that's living life to the max. So we've got friendships for life, but also I think a lot of these friendships are going to be for a very long time, lifelong. So friendships for a lifetime. So I think that's one way that my life is completely transformed. Second way, just the experiences that we've had in the last 3 years, the places that we've been and the things that we've seen, just amazing. We've just got so many incredible memories of the places that we've been and the people that we've been with and enjoyed those moments with. Memories for life. Definitely memories for life, transformed. Ability. Once we started, like when we first started climbing, we didn't have any experience with mat breeding. We didn't have experience with climbing, scrambling, nutrition, taking care of our bodies afterwards and preparing before and stretching. We didn't have any idea about any of that. So, and I think also when you get into hiking, then you get into scrambling, then we were introduced to climbing, abseiling and rock climbing. So we've done that, and that's helped with the scrambling and canyoning, abseiling waterfalls. So our ability, or I can only speak for myself really, but my ability has been completely transformed. I can do things now that I would never have dreamed of doing 3 years ago. And what's the last one? How has it transformed my life? I think character. The phrase, it's character building. Character is, he's a real character. He's got stories to tell. He's done things. I think that's what creates character, is the things that you've done, the experiences that you've had, the stories that you tell. That helps build character. So I think In my younger years, I did a lot of character building things. I was in the army. I did some incredible, amazing things. I have some fantastic stories from my earlier years, but then in the middle, not so much. Marriage, kids, raising family, normal, boring existence. But now, absolutely character building, all of this stuff that we do. So there you go. 4 ways that this challenge has completely transformed my life. Mozzies. Fuck mozzies. Summit salute number 4. 4:20-ish in the morning. First light. I better get a move on. Oh look, somebody else is awake. It's not just me. Alright, gotta keep moving. Another 5 to do. See you at the bottom. Number 4 complete. Cookies for breakfast. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Passed another peaker on the way up, getting up for sunset. Previous peaker, Jackson Maxwell, from 2022. Maybe there'll be a few more coming up. Who knows? Starting to spit. That's not great. Hopefully it's just a little bit of light rain. It better be. I'm not calling this off. Still got 5 to do. Better get going. Number 4 complete. Number 5 next. 5:11. Summit number 5. Not going to sit down and have a rest this time. Sun's up. Keep moving. It's only going to get hotter. It's already pretty friggin' hot. Question 5. 5 peaks I'm really not a big fan of. I mean, I love any peaks, but some are better than others, right? You've probably been on a few yourself where you just go, fuck, really? Came all this way for this? Sucks when there's no view at the top, especially if you've got a bush bash or fight your way through fucking piles of Gympie or Lantana or Wade a while or whatever to get there. Some of them you got to push through that shit and you get there and it's totally worth it. Others, not so much. So here's 5 that I could quite happily not do again, in no particular order, but let's start with probably my least favourite, because I've never had a great experience on this one. Superbus. Fucking bullshit. The cairn's impossible to find. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere. GPS bails on you whenever it likes. Sometimes your compass doesn't work at all. It just goes round in circles. Gympie. No view. Just fucking pointless. Only reason you do it is because it's the biggest. It's not the biggest elevation, but it's the highest summit in southeast Queensland. But fuck you, Superbus. I'm not a fan. Similarly, Clooney can eat a big bag of dicks. Done Clooney far too many friggin' times. It doesn't deserve me. The last time was the worst because nobody goes there, I think, apart from maybe 5 or 6 idiots each year, including me and Annika. And man, it's so steep, It's so overgrown, it's a shit fight from start to finish. The walk in is just hilly for K's for no fucking reason. It should just be flat because the rest of it's bullshitty enough without that fucking stupid uppy downy fucking roller coaster walk in and out forever. And zero view at the top, and you've got to climb over a fence to get to the cairn repeatedly. You've got to climb over the fence, and yeah, the last time there was just so much bullshit on there. I had to pretty much crawl into a raspberry bush repeatedly, just standing up and forcing a hole with my back just so that we could get through. Fuck you, Clooney. What else? Bell. Bell. Used to be okay. Found one way that works. If you go from Roberts to Bell, man, that's a shit fight. Whether you're going up or down, it takes forever. Just pushing through ferns with all sorts of shit dropping in your fucking backpack and down the back of your neck and everywhere. Filthy, and it always seems to rain up there, and it's always cold. I don't like it. And the last time we were there, there's down the bottom, the flat walk-in at the bottom that used to be overgrown and bullshit is now completely fucking trashed with a huge landslide, which has now become a magical gimpy forest. Don't even bother. Bell can eat a dick. How many is that? That's 3. Another 2 that I can bag. Well, I'm going to put Nunu in there. Nunu, Ngun, Ning Nong, Gun, whatever you want to call it. It's a beautiful mountain with an incredible view, but it's got fucking stairs all the way up and tourists all the way up and graffiti everywhere and people playing music, and it's just not nature. So yeah, Tourist Hill, that one can go on the shit list. And what else don't I like? Oh, let's put Hennessy on that list as well. Did that one just recently. Nice flat country road, fire track, walk in. It's alright. Steep elevation, but once you get off the fire tracks, it's a lantana-ish, a bush bash. It's quite overgrown and zero view from the top, which is a damn shame. Actually, I know that this is a 5, but I just thought of another one that deserves to be on the list, so I'm going to throw it in anyway. Edinburgh Castle. While it's a great peak and there's a lovely view from the top, man, getting there, 75% of it is a really, really thick lantana fest. 75% is a lantana fight. And we made the mistake of going in because it was a very hot day, short sleeves, short pants, and got absolutely ripped to shreds. Well, it's not good. The mountain itself is cool, but man, it's steep, and it would be worth it if it wasn't for the 75% of it being a lantana fight. Because fuck, it hurts the next day. When you get in the shower, everything stings and you can't get that shit out of you for days. So yeah, there's my 5/6 mountains that I could quite easily never climb again. There you go. On my way down. 5:32, 5 complete. Whoop. Another 4 to go. If I keep this pace up, I'll be out here by 10. But I'm going to give myself till 11. That's plenty of time. Quick rest and then I go again. Number 6. What the fuck's that? number 6, and it is 6:01. I'm starting to feel it, I've got to tell you. Oh, lower back's a bit forked. Wouldn't mind a couple of painkillers actually, but I didn't think to bring any of those. And I completely forgot to think about question number 6 for peak number 6. Where was my head at? What can we do? I don't know. Fucking 6 things, 6 things that rhyme with peak. What have we got? Beak, creek, geek, that's 3. Chic, ooh. Freak, what's that? 5, one more. Eek! There you go. There's 6 things that rhyme with peak. Hope that's really useful for you today. Well, I'll rest on the way down. That's 2 tryhards in the bag. 66.6% done. Only 3 left to go. But it's going to get warmer. But thankfully there's still a little bit of cloud cover and a tiny bit of breeze. So, time for some energy gels, I think. I am shaking. Alright, back down. See you at the bottom. Chicken rock again. What's that? 6 complete. And spent a little bit of time talking to people on the way down, which was nice. Got a bit of a break. So, a little bit behind time, 6:45. But that's okay. It's not a problem. Still got time. Alright. Number 7. 3 to go. 7:10. Pick number 7. Fuck the questions. Can't be bothered. Plus I've been having chats with other people on the way up and down, so not lonely and stuck in my head anymore. I can see where I'm going, and there's other people coming up that I know and other people that I don't know, so I've been getting little breaks, little chats on the way up and down. So it's getting warmer. Sun's out on the top. That's 7. And it's only 7 o'clock. I need to be out by 11 because that's when the sun's going to hit the rock on the other side. Big time. But I've got 2 left. And I've got I've got 4 hours. It's only just after 7. So is that right? That can't be right, surely. I don't know. Right now, I can't really think. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Anyway, 2 more to go, and I reckon I'll do it before the sun hits. And then home, and then shower. Oh, nice. Can't wait for a shower. And I can almost smell the beer. Oh, there's going to be beer this afternoon. Definitely. I think I deserved it. I'll be celebrating this afternoon a little bit. I'll be celebrating 52 peaks twice, plus 1, which is 105 different peaks. And I'll be celebrating 52 repeaks plus 1, so 53 all up. So that'll be 158 in total. And I'll be celebrating having ticked off all of the awards. And you might think to yourself, Paul, that's probably enough now. And I think you'd probably be right. But the thing is, it's only the 7th of December. So there's another 3 weeks left. So I wonder what's going to happen in the next 3 weeks. I think there's a good chance there'll be more peaks. Annika's keen to get to 100, so I'm going to have to go do some more of those with her. And there's the Tempest Trudge Fest next Sunday, which is going to be an epic day. So yeah, who knows what the final number will be, but it will be more than, I think, more than 160. So anyway, we'll finish celebrating more at the end of the year, but I'm certainly going to have a little celebration today. A couple of cold beers, oh yeah, little bottle of champagne maybe, treat myself. I think I've deserved it. Alright, I better get off the video and make sure I don't fall over and hurt myself after all this talk of finishing and celebrating. I need to make sure I can actually do that. Did I do that? I don't even know anymore. Peak number 7. See at the bottom, number 8. That is officially 52 repeaks right there. One more to go for the triple try hard and done. And it is 8:03 in the AM, so I'm making really good time. Be glad to get this last one done. The legs are certainly feeling it. Coming up the last, I guess the last 40-50 metres is a bit of a struggle, I've got to tell you. But it's all good. One more to go. And then rest. Alright. Peak number 8 complete. Just got back to replan, had a look in my esky. Somebody's left me a little treat. I have no idea who it is, but I've spoken to so many people on the way up and down today. Maybe somebody's looking out for me and thinks I might need a bit more energy, a bit more protein. How sweet. Whoever it was, if you see this video, thank you. I really appreciate that. One more to go. Peak 8 complete. One more lap and we are done. I'm on this. I've just had another gel and I'm fired up and ready to roll. Let's do this. Triple try hard. 9 Tibros in a day. And it is 9 o'clock. Oh, is it 9 o'clock or is it 10 o'clock? It's 9 o'clock. Ooh, maybe I should do an extra one. 10 Tibros by 10 o'clock. I could do that. How about fucking 9? Hey! Oh, I nearly died. Oh, that would be disappointing. Done. There's the final award. Got the full set and 53 repeaks, one for good measure. Peaker's dozen, or whatever that would be called. Woo! Right, back to the bottom. More resting. Man, I brought so much fluid and food with me, and I've been smashing in the fluid, but as always, Paul or nothing brought way too much. No wonder my arms were tired on the way in. No wonder I was so hot and sweaty. I still got more than half of it left. Hardly touched the food. Had a couple of gels, but literally haven't had anything else, so I might see if I can eat a bit of that. And at least I don't have to carry it out with my arms and carry it out my tummy. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit delirious actually. My arms are going to ache tomorrow, my shoulders. Whenever we do Tibro and Birwa, I always get a bit sore in the shoulders because of all the crab crawling and bear crawling and whatever. But having done 9 today, I reckon I'm going to be a little bit sore tomorrow. But that's okay because tomorrow is the day of rest. No peaks for Paulie. I shall just bask in my own glory quietly. All right. That's it, I guess. Woohoo! No champagne. All on my own. It's a bit of a shame. I should probably take a photo with this hot, sweaty face. I look like a fucking beetroot. I have to get some Photoshop skills, sort that out. Catch you later, you fucking legends. Getting out of here just in time. Halfway down, the sun's baking hot already. See my shadow. Most of the rock is now exposed to the sunlight, so it's going to get hot real quick, and it's only 9:15, so I'm so glad that I started when I did. I would not want to be doing another 2 or 3 of these in the full sun. That would not be good at all. So chances of me doing number 10, 0. I'm done for the day. That is a wrap. Finished at 9:20, started at, I think it was 12:25 to 9:20, so roughly 1 hour for 9 hours. Pretty happy with that, I gotta tell you. Alright, I am going to cool off. Carry a huge amount of surplus food and drink back to the car slowly, and then go home and have a shower because I smell so bad right now. Oh dear, what a day. Over and out. Catch you later, peekers.